Welcome back again. Under this session, we'll be discussing about Linq and generic types in C Sharp. We already kind of actually touched the data types which you can use with Linq in the programming language C. But the further we get with the course, the more complex things we'll get and the more you learn. So basically, as we said, link queries are based on generic types. But there are two concepts that you would like to master. And this is the list of a type T. Obviously, it could be an integer, double, float, a boolean, or it could be a class or an object. And this simply means that you can create a list of collection, for example, TT, and could be of any data type, as I said, integer, double, string, etc., or a model class, list, person, for example, and enumerable of a type T, which is an interface that will enable you to iterate through the query dataset by using for each, for example. Okay, we've kind of used this as of this point, but now what I'm going to introduce to you is a little bit more complex, so you will be learning a lot more about this topic. Let's go and let's get back to code at this point. So we have the famous template which I've kept data source, link query, and the execution. And for that purpose, under data source, I'm going to, alright, so first of all, let's do something else right here. Let's make this method public, alright, accessible from other classes. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to do this public class person. Alright, I'm going to type in this class inside the class program just for visibility purposes, but the public class person will be a short one, so I will just introduce public string name just to properties, okay, and I will run a getter and a set to it, okay, oops, and then, oh, there we go, why did I do this? Alright, and then I will do a last name as well, another string, okay? That's quite enough to illustrate the functionality. Okay, perfect. And now, under the data source, right, you can see everything that's happening right here. Under the data source, I'm just going to collapse this one. I will do this list of a type person, okay, persons equals to new list persons, and then I'm going to open this brackets, and I will fill in the collection with the collection per list with new persons, okay. So for that purpose I will just go new person, open up the curly brackets, and then call in the properties. Alright, so I will say John, last name John Doe, alright, and then comma, then another person. I will open up the curly braces again, okay, and I will say Jason this time, and I will say last name Jacobs. Alright, okay, that's quite enough. Let's close this collection. So we have two persons, okay, under the collection list. Alright, and the properties come from the class or the model, which is full person. Alright, so this is our type object class person. Alright, let's type in the link query at this point. It will be still the same. You'll see how easy it is, but we said since this is a collection, this is a enumerable of a type person, okay. You could use var only, but I have a tendency to kind of get more into the details. Person query, All right, equals to. Now the fun begins from P in persons. All right, and I would say where P dot name equals to JSON. Select that record. Okay, if you find it, obviously. Now, if I execute this for each, all right, obviously that's of a type person now, right? You could do person or you could do var p in person query, right? And then let's print out right line the properties. And which properties? Of the class person, name and last name, all right? So what do we do for that? We'll do it like that. P dot name, okay, plus concatenation, right? P dot last name, right? And now what will happen? Let's see. We should get JSON because JSON is a name that's contained within the collection. Jason Jacobs, okay? That's how easy it is. So we have introduced here a list of a type T. In our case, it's of a type person class model, right? We have added two elements to the collection of a type person, all right? We have written our Linq query, which is a I enumerable of the type person, and executed this Linq query, which says from all elements in person in the collection where p.name equals to JSON, select that record. And then during the execution plan, we say for each person p in person query, if there is anything right here, then print it out. Okay? If there is nothing, then do not print it out. So what will happen, for example, if I go like this, and then obviously there's no such record, obviously, and basically an empty data set of records will be returned. So therefore we get nothing. Okay. So that's about it about Linq and generic types.